Hey, what is going on, guys? T.Sports15 here, and today we have another episode of Toronto Blue Jays franchise here in MLB 13, the show. But before we get into this, we got the second game of the series. I simulated it, and we're going to play the third game, and we do go on to win it 9-3. We had 12 hits, they had 6, they had 1 error, and we had none. So we are headed back to Toronto with a chance to sweep away the Los Angeles Angels of Anaheim. So I'll get right into this intro right now, so I'll let you guys watch it right now. So
a look there at a sold-out crowd that's been whipped into a frenzy. It's Game 3 of the American League Division Series between the Los Angeles Angels of Anaheim and the Toronto Blue Jays.
alright, guys, so let's get into the gameplay, and hopefully we can sweep away these LA Angels in this ball game. But Mike Trout is going to start it off with a double. First batter of the game, first pitch of the game as well. He's going to gap this one into left field. So they got a double, and they got a runner on third now with 1 out. And Albert Pujols is going to hit this ball to deep left field. That's going to be plenty deep enough to score Mike Trout. So they got off to a pretty good start early in this ballgame. 1-0 lead after the first. Austin Jackson comes up in the bottom half of the first. He's going to get a base hit into center field just in front of Mike Trout. So we got ourselves a base runner now. And with our four-hitter, Encarnacion coming up with 2 outs. Austin Jackson is going to promptly steal second base, and we got a runner on second base with pretty good speed, so any base hit should be able to score him. So we need a clutch hit here by Encarnacion, and he's going to come up with 2 outs, 1-2 count. He's going to hit this ball to short, and Hanley Ramirez makes a very nice play there, throwing him out at first, and Albert Pujols also makes a very nice pick over there at first. So here, top half of the second inning with 1 out, Mark Trumbo is going to hit this ball into dead center field right over that 400 sign. It's going to reach the seats, and that'll make this ball game 2-0 for the Los Angeles Angels of Anaheim. My bad. But Mark Trumbo doesn't clear the base because there wasn't anybody on base. My bad. And he's going to give his team a 2-0 lead here early in this ball game. So Matt Harrison still on the hill, top of the second. He's going to give up a base hit with a runner already on first base. So we have a runner on first and second, and I think Mark Trumbo coming up, and he's going to come up, and I think it's Chris Iannetta coming up. He's going to hit this ball to shortstop on a second base for the 6-4-3 double play to end the inning. And we would head to the bottom of the second. Ben Zobrist up. He's going to hit this ball to second base. That one's going to be thrown away by the second baseman, Kendrick. So we have a runner on first base. And the bottom of our order coming up. But we still got a very deep lineup. So Brett Lawrie's coming up with 1 out. He's going to come up with a 1-0 count. He's going to hit this ball up the middle. That one's going to get through. And we'll have runners on first and second. Zobrist rounded second base hard there, but J.P. CB comes up with an 0-1 count with 1 out, and he's going to drive this ball to deep left field. There's no doubt about that one. He clears the bases, scores Zobrist, Brett Lawrie, and himself to give us the 3-2 lead here in the bottom half of the second inning. So already into this game, 2 innings in, and both teams combined have had 2 home runs, and it's seeming like it's going to be a very long ball fest game. So you can see he's coming around the bases, giving the Blue Jays a lead, and if we can hold this lead, we will win the ALDS, and we'll head to the ALCS after sweeping the LA Angels. So Trumbo up already has a home run in this ball game, and he's going to gap this ball into right center field. My bad. And that'll be a double after he goes in head first slide, but he was in there by quite a mile. Harrison's still dealing into the top of the fourth, and Austin Jackson makes a very nice shoestring catch there. to get the second out of the inning. But now with 2 out, you can see the replay right here, by the way. So he makes a nice catch, tumbles over a little bit, and still in the top half of the 4th inning with an 0-2 count to Hanley Ramirez. He's going to get a base hit up the middle, and the runner from second will easily score after the throw from Austin Jackson gets cut off. The throw still went to the plate after the cut, but that would make it a 3-3 ball game. So Ben Zobrist up in the bottom half of the 4th with 1 out. He's going to get a hit this ball to first base. Should be a very easy play, but Blanton can't make the play at first. So we get a base runner there after that error by the first baseman, and Zobrist is going to promptly steal second base, our second steal of this ball game. We've been really running in this series early, so with 2 out, 2-1 count, and JP Arancibia coming up. He hits his second home run of the ball game, same spot, no doubt about this one as well. Zobrist will come in from second base, and Arancibia will also score, so that will give us a 5-3 lead here. Still very early in this ballgame. We're only in the 4th, and Blanton is not having a good day, but he's only given up 2 big solid hits. Everything else has been little chip shots and broken bats and stuff like that, but there's only been 2 good hits, and they both come from the same man. JP Arancibia already has 2 big blasts in this game, and he's making a case that he might be needed to move up in the order. He's batting 8 for us now, but he already has 2 home runs in this game. So here we go. Ben Zobrist coming in to make this play, but he cannot make it, so we would have to have a runner on first base after that error. So with the runner on first base, next batter will hit this ball to third base, and we'll go around the horn. Zobrist makes up for his error after making a very nice play on that 5-4-3 double play, and we do end the inning there. So Jose Reyes coming up, bottom of the 5th, with none out, first batter of the inning, first pitch of the inning. He's going to hit this ball deep right field. Josh Hamilton almost brings it back, but that one is long gone. And Jose Reyes makes it a 6-3 ball game. We're doubling them up here. Still, we're about mid of the game now. Top of the 6th, and Hanley Ramirez is going to strike out there on the fastball from Matt Harrison. So top of the 6th still with 2 out, runner on first base. He's going to give up a base hit up the middle, so we have to deal with a runner on first and second base. And Harrison's still on the mound in the top of the 6th with 2 outs. He's going to get Hanley Ramirez to fly out to deep right field. This one had a chance, but Bautista runs it down just in front of the warning track. So we do get out of that inning. You can see we have Cabrera, Zobrist, and Brett Lawrie coming up in the bottom half of the 6th. Brett Lawrie coming up with 2 outs, 2-1 count, my bad. He's going to get a base hit into right field. That one's going to get over the first baseman and just in front of the right fielder, Josh Hamilton. So Arancibia, the man of the day, already has 2 home runs, and he's going to clear the bases one more time. That'll be his 3rd home run of this ball game. That one, it was a no-doubter, but you had to make sure that it stayed fair, because that was really close to the foul pole, and that will make this game 8-3. And we're getting late into this ball game, and that could be the game-winning home run to send us to the ALCS and sweep these LA Angels. And by the way, the power rankings for these 2 teams, the way they rank the teams in MLB 13, the show, when you go into standings and stuff, we are the number 1 team, and these guys are the number 2 team. But Howie Kendrick coming up here, and he's going to get a home run over the left field wall into the Jays bullpen, and that will make it 8-4. So they make it a now we're doubling them up once again. So it's 8-4 now after Harrison gives up his 4th run of the ball game. So Harrison's not having that great of a day, but we don't care about individual stats in the playoffs. All we care about is that we get the wins, we move on, and if we can hold this lead and we can move on to the ALCS, I'd be very happy no matter what the stats are or anything. So Jose Bautista is going to get a hit into center field. That one's going to get over the shortstop's head, and the runner from first goes first to third. Bautista thinks that the throw is going to go to third, but he gets thrown out at second base. So Encarnacion coming up, and he's going to try and get a base hit with 2 outs. He's going to get a little bit of a bloop, but Hanley Ramirez runs that ball down. partway into center field. So they have Hamilton, Trumbo, and Rios coming up in the top half of the 8th. They have 6 outs left in their season to work with, and Anthony Bastardo is going to try and take away 3 of those. So he's going to come in. He's already has 2 outings in this playoffs. First batter of the inning, he's going to walk Josh Hamilton, which is not a very good start. We brought him in for the lefty on lefty matchup, but he's going to come up for Mark Trumbo. He's going to plunk Trumbo there. So now we're getting into the bottom half of their order, and with a runner on first and second base, hopefully we can get something going here with Bastardo. Now that we're facing the bottom half of their order. So now with none outs, Bastardo's going to get Alex Rios to bounce out into the 4-6-3 double play well in time after a nice turn by Jose Reyes. So we got 2 outs and a runner on third base. And with a 1-2 count, we're going to get the next batter, Michael Young, to strike out looking on that fastball in the outside half. So the Angels are down to their last 3 outs. But we still get another 3 outs to work with ourselves. So you can see that they're going to bring in Kevin Jepson for his second appearance of these playoffs. He gave up 2 walks in his first appearance over the course of 1 inning, but he didn't give up any runs. Zobrist coming up in the bottom half of the 8th. He's going to get a little base hit into center field off the glove of Howie Kendrick. So we start off the inning with a little base hit there by Zobrist. And Brett Lawrie is going to come up with 1 out, and he's going to strike out. No, not strike out. He's going to swing and miss at that pitch, but it's a wild pitch. The runner from first base makes it into second base. And JP Arancibia coming up with a chance for his 4th home run of the ball game, but he is going to strike out swinging at that very bad pitch. And my controller disconnected because I threw it across the room and it was plugged in, which I didn't notice. So Neftali Feliz is going to come in for the top half of the 9th, trying to take away these last 3 outs from these Angels and send them home packing after we sweep them. So the first batter he faces is Chris Iannetta, and Chris Iannetta is going to get a little chopper in front of the plate. Arancibia for some reason dives, and he's going to get into first base safely. So that's an error on JP Arancibia after he accidentally dove. That's our 3rd error of the night. So Neftali Feliz, next batter, could be the end of the ball game, but Zobrist cannot run it down. The runner from second goes to the plate. Bautista's throw is just late, so they do make it an 8-5 ball game. Not an earned run for Neftali Feliz. But it is a run either way. So Pujols coming up, 2 out. He's going to be the last out of the ball game and the last out of the Angels season after Brett Lawrie throws this ball onto first. And you can see all the celebrations, all the box scores, all that. We are moving on to the ALCS to face the Minnesota Twins, which is very, very weird. Not expected to make the playoffs, or the Minnesota Twins, but they did for somehow, some way they did, and they actually have home field advantage because they had a better record than us in this season. Obvious MVP in this ball game was JP Arancibia. The win goes to Matt Harrison, loss goes to Joe Blanton, and there was no save because Neftali Feliz came in with a 4-run lead. So we do win this ball game. We sweep off these LA Angels, and hopefully you guys do tune in for the ALCS Game 1 coming up very soon. So don't forget to hit that like button. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel. And guys, one last thing is that I'm going to be doing a 7-game series against MVP Sports Gaming, and hopefully you guys do check that out. Game 1 is on Wednesday, so definitely go check that out. It's going to be full gameplay, live commentary. Should be lots of fun. So I'll see you guys later. If you guys do care, stay tuned for the box scores. So yeah, now I will see you guys later. Peace.